What's up, Wes?
What is up, Jack? How we doing?
Doing good. I was staying backstage till after the anthem, but all
Oh,
right.
oops, sorry. We're not here. Everybody who just saw us, that was a figment of your imagination.
And anyone that's hearing us too. Can they hear us? I think they can hear us.
I hope they can hear us.
We keep it real here. The land!
The land! The home of the Cavs.
All right. What's up, Landinos? We got a special evening Thanksgiving edition. We got Cavs Hawks. And of course, we are starting fashionably late. It is 7:35, and we are still introducing starting lineups. Wes, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
I know the Cavs are as fired up for the Cavs Cup as I am, so I think they're going to win by 30 tonight and clinch that wild card spot.
Do you know the scenarios? Do we need stuff to happen? I'm kind of out of the loop with the Cup.
We basically just need to win. I think we're in the lead for the wild card right now. It's based on point differential. I think if everything were to stay exactly the same after today, we would be in. But in order to help us the most, we need to win. First of all, we need to win, and then we need
We have
to
to win tonight.
Yeah, if we lose, we're out.
Okay.
If we win, it would help to win by a lot because then that would make the teams that are chasing the Cavs need to win by even that much more.
Gotcha.
I think I could pull up the point differential stuff. I think the Cavs have like a plus 30 something point differential so far, and I think the closest team is like 7 back because of the Knicks. I think the Knicks are like 7 points back.
All right.
And the Knicks are playing the Bucks, so that should be a tough game to begin with for them.
Okay.
So if we just win and we can win by 15 to 20, that would put us in a pretty comfy spot.
So just need to win by 15 or 20.
Yeah, should be easy.
Should be easy. Easy night in the NBA. But we got one Michael joining us. What's up, Mikey?
Hey. It'd be a good one
tonight. You kind of cut out there, but sounds like you're doing good.
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think you were just
leaning over.
Just starting to, connect and everything, but you're good. Got you.
I think it's gonna be a good game tonight.
Let's hope so.
I feel like the Hawks always give us a good game. They're an annoying team.
They were definitely our bugaboo last season.
It's like we still got some people filing in here, but I imagine we might be a little light tonight on audience, just with the Thanksgiving festivities going on.
Yeah. How are your guys' Thanksgiving?
Very good. I hosted Thanksgiving at my house.
Oh, nice.
This year, yeah, it was a success. What about you guys?
Mikey, go ahead.
Yeah, I spent it alone.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I had a Friendsgiving last week where we did on Friday, we did the whole, all the food, the whole spread. But yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas are so close to each other that I don't go home or have my family come here for both.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of, I don't know, my parents are older, so it's a lot of travel in a 1 month span.
I feel that.
Yeah.
They come here for Christmas usually.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, when I was living in Portland, in my hometown is, Cleveland. It's like you pick like one a year, kind of, and try to figure it out. Try to get as many people as you can around, but that travel can be tough.
The Friendsgiving was fun though. I mean, so I still got all the food and the sides and all that stuff. One of my buddies they have like a communal room at their apartment complex. They rented it out, so we had like 20 some people there. It was actually a big crowd.
Nice. Did you make a side?
I brought 5 bottles of wine.
Okay.
Would you anything special that you brought on the wine front?
No. I went to the liquor store closest to my apartment. I walked in. I was like, I'm gonna grab the coolest looking bottles of the between $10 and $20 wine, and I'm gonna show up with a case of them.
There you go.
Yeah, when I pick out wine, that's pretty much how I do it too. Like, all right, don't buy the cheapest one. Don't buy the most expensive ones. All right, these ones look decent. These bottles are cool. These labels are cool. Let's go.
I think like when you're in that, like, I don't know, let's say $10 to $30 price range, they all are kind of like, you're not getting like a sommeliers, like
Yeah,
twirling.
it'll be decent. It'll be fine. Like,
Yeah.
It'll be good. All right.
Anybody got any plays for first points of the game?
I have no plays live right now at all, but I know Cavs are favored by 5.5. Whoa,
That was weird.
looked like he traveled into him, but
Good foul though.
I'll take it.
Good to see DG and JA back tonight.
Yes, it is.
Saw some chatter online about DeAndre Hunter returning to Atlanta, which frankly I forgot that he came to the Cavs from Atlanta. So I was like, oh yeah, why are people even talking about this? Like, I was like the Hawks being like, oh, I hope he gets a hard foul and not a tribute video. And it's like, wow, okay, cool.
I don't know where the smoke came from. Both sides were talking it up. DeAndre had some quotes, and then also Hawks players had some quotes. So I don't know what's going on there. I never knew there was any even semblance of bad blood.
Yeah, it's like one of those memes, like nobody, and then like DeAndre Hunter and the Atlanta Hawks just like chirping back and forth. And
It's like a side plot, side quest.
Right.
Oh, whoa!
Oh,
So yeah,
is it Ricochet having a bad year?
Couldn't tell you.
Doing fine. I don't think he's quite made a leap from his rookie year, though, yet that people thought he might. And I want to call out that chat was right about the playoff scenarios for the NBA Cup. That we definitely want Orlando to beat Detroit because Orlando has a plus 61 point differential. So unless Detroit beats them bad, that point differential is going to be hard to make up. Basically, if the Cavs win, Orlando wins. And then that New York-Milwaukee game stays kind of tight. We'll be fine. I like that idea, Black Dude.
That's a good one.
If that happened, it would finally make me like not freak out every time someone talks about the Cavs trading JA or something, because it would finally make that possible. Whereas things stand right now, like there is no Cavs trade before the deadline this year, based on those.
That was a travel.
Just grab that rebound.
If we have them shooting threes, that's a really good thing.
Get in there. There you go, Dre.
They do not take a lot of threes.
Little home court bounce for Dre there.
7-0 run. Whoa!
What was that?
A bad pass.
That looks like me out there.
He assumed somebody was going to be right in the corner, and there was not.
Little members bounce. Come on, Mobley.
A little bit, a foot or two outside of where he wants to be.
Yeah. His finishing has just been not quite as clean this season.
That was
Travel.
good defense by Mobley. Like Mobley is doing some things good. Like I don't want to completely. I feel like I'm very negative on him so far this year for obvious reasons, but he
So-
still does some things really good.
Totally. His defense is still good.
Yeah.
He's still been pretty good at getting to the hoop. I just think with the sort of the standard that he set for himself last year and sort of the leap that people hoped he might take this year,
Yeah.
it's hard to say he hasn't been disappointing in some of those regards so far. But again, it's still early, and with all the different lineups and all of that sort of things, certainly not giving up on Mobley. He's still.
I mean, he's so young. You can't.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Like he could have a bad year this year, and it still isn't. I mean, he's so young.
B-Tow's not here, so I might be able to say this, but
Oh God.
I'm a little scared that he's not gonna be like that great of an NBA player. Like he's really good. He's really good, but I don't know if I don't know. I'm rooting for him. I just don't know if he is actually that good.
So if you had to predict right now, Jack, do you think he gets another All-NBA selection in his career?
Whoa. Maybe. So far, he's not playing like it this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, he definitely is not playing like it this year.
I mean, he's still going to get better, so, like, if he has one now, like, he should get another, but...
I feel like that's an assumption that a lot of people are like, oh, he's still young. People, like, and then not just Mobley, but with players in general, like, oh, they're still young, like, right, they're going to get... It's like, well, sometimes they get better, sometimes they don't.
You want to hear something really funny or see something really funny? So like I couldn't remember Mobley's exact age, so I was like Googling for Evan Mobley's age, and the Google AI sent me a picture of Jamie Jaquez Jr., except it's a picture of Evan Mobley on it. That's what Google AI, even though I just typed in Evan Mobley, that's what Google AI told me.
Always
Wow.
double check your AI search results. That's for sure, because they are wrong a lot.
He's 24.
Jack, I would say that to continue the Mobley conversation a little bit, I think Evan Mobley gets another All-NBA. I don't know if it's second team, maybe it'll be like a third team. But I think his defensive floor is like really high, so I think he'll get a couple more all-defensive selections. And then if he can like find sort of that offensive ability that he found last year, I think that could earn him like a third team. I have been wondering though, and the last Mobley start to this season and the Cavs start in general has made me ponder. I've always, for the last 6 months, been pretty much in the camp that Evan Mobley is the most important player on the Cavs.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm rethinking that.
Mm.
I'm rethinking that.
Well,
I'm starting to wonder if it's Darius Garland.
that's valid, especially you see the games he hasn't played. Our offense looks like crap.
Ooh.
But I don't know. We'll just have to let it play out. But I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah,
mostly because at the beginning of the season, okay, you can have some bad games, that's fine, but it was his time with injuries. Like they gave him the ball, they're like, all right, Mobley, like go score, and he did the same move 96 times in a row where he took 2 dribbles, spun to the middle of the key, and then got like ambushed in the middle, and then either threw up a crappy shot or sometimes it was open. He wasn't
yeah.
failing
Or sometimes
every single time.
Gets the ball knocked away too.
But you know the move I'm talking about. It's like
Oh yeah.
If you could even call it a move.
like it. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's the move you do when you have someone who's like 6 inches shorter on you. Like, okay, sure, go to that. But like, I I don't know. I've not been impressed with his offense
I think
whatsoever.
I agree, and I think the part of that too that's been so disappointing that kind of like adds on to what you're saying is like he looks almost like disinterested at times on the offensive end, and like he doesn't really seem very interested in being like the dominant offensive power that we think he might be able to be. You know, when we see like Donovan Mitchell seizes this, especially in the second half of games a lot. He's like, all right, I'm going to score the next 9 points and like bring us back into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Mobley like doesn't ever even really try.
They are giving him a tribute.
Oh yeah, good call, good shout out.
Everyone gets tribute videos these days.
Yeah.
Spare me.
I mean, I think part of it is probably mental, which is good. I mean, that's a fixable thing, right? A mentality is fixable. You know, I think the fact that he's not finishing as well is causing him to be less aggressive, which is it's like a feedback loop. It's like you're not finishing well because you're not taking the shots, and you're not taking the shots because you're not finishing them well. So I think he kind of gets stuck in this exactly. He gets like stuck in this rut where he just looks like you said, Wes, like disinterested on offense because he's like, why should the ball be in my hands when I got Donovan Mitchell over here, Darius Garland over here, you know, despite the fact that the coaching staff has been very upfront that they want him to be considering himself to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that even if it's like a finish, like all of those problems are fixable. Like he's got such a good frame, in the length and all of that stuff that like there will never be a situation in Evan Mobley's career where he won't have the ability to take the next step. Any problem that he has is fixable. You can get him in the gym and you can shoot him 10,000 times. You can get him in the gym and you can have him practicing jump hooks 10,000 times. Like none of it is so beyond the realm of fixability that I think he'll ever be, someone who we're like, he's cooked, he's washed.
Sure.
I agree with that to a certain extent. Like at some point, like you just gotta have it. Like you gotta be able to like see the court and be able to like play offense and just let the game happen. Like I don't care like how good your jump hook is unless you're like Kareem playing against plumbers. Like like it's the NBA, like you're gonna have to do stuff on the fly and make adjustments and play against other athletic freaks and beat them. Use your brain and predict what people are gonna do against you, and the whole you got to play basketball. You got to play basketball.
Real quick, did you guys see at the end of that tribute video? Did you see Darius Garland and Jared Allen like chuckling at the video and like DG like clapping for DeAndre?
I didn't see it.
No.
It was hilarious. At the end of that video, they showed the Cavs bench and DeAndre was just kind of sitting there like trying to ignore the fact that the video was playing, and Darius Garland like gives him like a side and starts clapping for him.
It's funny. Trying to be chill with it. The block by Mobley here.
Cairo B-Tao is still very much here, and he will be. He's still very much part of what we're doing.
Speaking of B-Tao, we did not go over the landlock tonight. Landlock is Lonzo Ball over 4.5 rebounds.
It's a good one.
Bit of a new direction. I like it.
New direction. We will see. And then tonight, we have not teased it yet tonight, but we have Danny Cunningham hopping on here. I believe he's coming here around the second quarter. We're going to talk some Cavs. He covers the team. He gets to travel with the team, and So we're gonna look for some inside scoops and some cool Cavs information from him.
Is he in Atlanta right now?
I don't know if he travels like everywhere. Like I don't. We can ask him. We like you go to every every game.
All right.
All right, we
Cool.
might be at rock bottom territory here.
I was going to say, we're on rock bottom watch. Also, this is Atlanta on a 21-4 run. 21-6.
Not great.
We're just getting outpaced right now.
Oh, boy.
Lonzo just doesn't care.
Goodness gracious.
Was that not a foul? How do you get?
That was close to a goaltend.
Am I crazy?
Bruh.
Yeah, that
There's
was
Alonzo board.
This is very frustrating because they're not a 3-point shooting team.
There we go, Jay. Get physical.
Yeah, we could use a good JA game here.
Yeah. And I think that's
DJ's hurt somehow, something, who knows?
Yeah, he's reaching down there. Good chance for the bigs to really dominate tonight. Atlanta is not a great rebounding team. They don't really have a huge inside presence. Kick. So it should be a good game for JA coming back into the lineup and for Evan Mobley to sort of establish themselves and really impact all 4 quarters. But the Cavs haven't really been playing those kind of lineups, so I'll be curious to see what Kenny does in that regard.
Yeah.
DG took himself out.
Oh, no.
I did see that.
Didn't look like his toe. It looked like his arm or something.
Foul? Sir?
Oh, man, that's what Mobley, that feels like a ball that should be finished.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like that should be finished, absolutely. When you're that tall, that close to the rim.
And then he drops the ball.
Oh.
Oh, gosh, I don't want to start being a Mobley hater.
Could be good content, though, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm here for my love of the Cavs and supporting the team.
We just cannot stop them from scoring. Even
that's one thing that maybe last season might have ruined a little bit. Come on, JT. There we go.
There we go.
The real JT. Last season might have ruined it for us a little bit because the vibes were so good during the regular season.
They were so good.
Last year's Cavs team might be one of the most likable, not only Cavs teams but Cleveland teams of all time.
I mean, that was probably my favorite regular season I've ever watched.
I'd agree, Jack. It was awesome. Likable
from the get-go.
Yeah.
Started off winning. Was it 22?
15.
Was it that many? 15? Oh, I'm thinking of I think the Indians won 23 in a row.
Yeah, they set the record in 2017.
But yeah, 15 in a row, and we were killing everyone, and then we just dominated the whole season.
3 different winning streaks of 11 games or more.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun.
Our offense was the funnest thing to watch. We were just running circles around everybody.
Yeah, and the players are all likable. Kenny was really likable. There just wasn't really anything to critique a lot in the regular season. So it set a very high bar for the Cavs to meet.
This guy just put the same.
Is this guy for real? He's actually upset. He's walking off. He's
What?
like actually upset.
Lost to the guy in the Fidelity sweatshirt. Ouch.
Go see
Yeah, what?
Burna Boy.
You think that guy works for Fidelity, or is he just a big Fidelity? He's a big
He's
fan
just
of
a
what
fan.
Fidelity does.
He just likes their product.
Yeah, you guys love the way you manage your money. Thanks, Fidelity. Blackbird calling out Detroit already up by 10, which is not great for the Cavs. The Cavs really need Orlando to win that game. Or if Detroit wins by 30. Actually, no, that wouldn't help either. We want Orlando to win that game. Detroit has to win by 17, Ara, but if Detroit wins, that would move Orlando to 3-1, and their differential would be 44 if Detroit won by 17, which would mean the Cavs would need to win by 11, which at the moment is not looking great. So we just really need Orlando to win that game.
We need to first win our game.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it might not even matter if the Cavs keep playing like they are right now.
Nice.
What's up, Laker
talking
Tax?
about?
Dean Wade in for his first action on the night. Oof.
Oh,
Oh my goodness! Someone.
they're a
boxed
terrible
out.
rebounding team too. That's the thing.
Yeah, that dude just cut right in there, way too easy of an offensive rebound. Someone has to stop him.
Yeah, we can't lose to teams' weaknesses. This is a not volume 3-point shooting team in Atlanta and a bad rebounding team in Atlanta, and so far they are chucking threes and making them and rebounding.
And we
Good
haven't even
stuff.
talked about the fact that Atlanta's missing. I mean, obviously Trae Young's out still, but then
Trey and Kristaps.
Yeah, Porzingis is out tonight as well. This game should be
Not good. Not
perfectly set
good.
up for the
Not
Cavs.
good. Not good. Has there been a game this season? Well, there was the not last game, but the game before last, where we haven't been in a double-digit deficit for no reason. I feel like it happens every game.
Yeah, it's been hard to get 4 consistent quarters. You know what I was thinking about recently, though? Because the game that I'm thinking about, Mikey, when you say that, it's sort of the one game where the Cavs dominated and showed glimpses of what they were last season, was Detroit. It was the 3rd or 4th game of the year. And I was thinking about that because Detroit was on their 13 or something game win streak. And the last game they had lost before their game against Boston on Tuesday or Wednesday was against the Cavs, when the Cavs just destroyed them by 30. And I was like, oh yeah, the Cavs just absolutely dominated the Pistons. And that's the one game this season that the Cavs have reminded me of last season's team.
You better get that ball, Mobley.
Yeah.
I'm about to freak out. Whoa. Oh,
that hurt.
He's fine. He's embarrassed.
That hurt.
Oh man. Oh man.
Hope he's not concussed.
Did you just get the wind knocked out of him, or
think he like hit like his like up here.
He like crunched into the base of the hoop there.
Yeah, like hit it like right between where your head and your
Oh,
his head, the side of his head. Ouch.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine, but that doesn't feel good.
yeah. It might be one of those things where it's like an immediate, like, oh boy, what just happened? But then, like, within a few minutes, you're okay.
A bell rocked.
I had one of
he's-
those moments last night when someone tossed a biscuit at me that I wasn't expecting, and it hit me right in the eyeball. Metal Georgia, try refreshing. You're good to go. So it's something on your end. Try refreshing and rejoining the room. Oh, Jack. Yep. Jack, you got it. Sorry. Missed that.
I went to Sprinkle Town, Cavs money line. It's just minus 115.
I don't hate that. What's the spread at right now?
You have to make
There's
this shot.
one.
Mode. There we go.
There you go, Mobley.
An angel gets its wings.
There you go, Mobs. Need that. Needed that.
Need him to feel good about that shot. That's a huge shot. Now just stop him and go into the second down 10.
Oh boy, open three.
That was a nice fake screen by that guy.
I mean, it's interesting the Hawks game plan here. I mean, they're a low volume 3-point. They're not like the lowest in the league. They're not a high volume 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, but when you got injuries, you change
That's a
stuff.
fair point. It's a fair point.
Yeah, they figure might as well chuck tonight. NBA
Got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
23 points in the first quarter. Yikes. Big yikes.
Yeah, that
was ugly.
Cavs got off. Remember when the Cavs got off to a 7-0 start too? And it was like,
oh my gosh. What a weird quarter. 7-0 start to kick it off and then didn't do shit the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, down 10. Woof.
Donovan has been very quiet. Honestly, I can't think of anybody who's really had a good quarter.
Darius Garland was kind of cooking a little bit before he pulled himself out of the game. He had made a couple shots and was doing his thing, cutting to the hoop. But yeah, you're right, Jack.
Yeah, he played all right.
Not a lot of positives.
He didn't play very long either.
Right, yeah.
I thought we just forget that entire quarter.
I'm down with that.
I mean, I already did. I couldn't remember a single thing that even happened. It was 0 highlights from the Cavs.
That guy's that hat. It's like the Waffle House logo, but it says East Lake.
Yeah, East Lake. Shout out East Lake Golf Course. Hosted the Tour Championship.
East Lake, Ohio?
Yeah. Glad to see that Snapchat filters haven't changed a lot since my days on Snapchat.
Yeah, they're still the same the same joke. Yeah, it's like all right, we're gonna keep doing it.
All right. Let's
Yeah, let's get a little better.
let's get some positive vibes to start the second quarter.
Yeah, I was way too negative that first quarter. I'm sorry, guys. I'm usually not that negative.
No, Jack, I was right there with you. I need a mental reset too.
I'm usually like
Nice pass.
Mr. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There's a
There
little
we go.
something.
What
Whoa!
it's a 10,
T,
bro.
team up.
Tee him up,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's go.
That's got to be a T, right?
I don't see how it's not away from the ball,
I
running
couldn't
up the
really
court
see what happened.
after postering him. You posterize the guy, and then he fouls you going up the court. How's that not a tech?
Oof.
It's the guy he posterized too.
Oh, the dude.
And he gave him a.
Yeah, give him a little elbow to the chest right there too.
And then he gave him another one coming up the floor.
DeAndre didn't really do that much, and then he shoved him again.
What?
Let's go.
Did they?
Did he just get kicked out? No.
Oh, he's about to be. He might. That might be a. It is a flagrant.
A double foul.
These guys are.
What?
It's a fix. The fix is in.
Yeah, if they call anything on DeAndre,
What
on
did
this,
DeAndre do? He didn't even say anything.
yeah, he's just looking
He
at
didn't
him.
even say anything.
I mean, DeAndre flopped, but
Well,
also
how's
he
the
did
call
just
on the
shove
floor
it.
double fouls? Like, what are the refs looking at? Like, I know they'll probably change it on review, but what are they looking at?
Yeah, that's nothing on Hunter. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, if anything's called on Hunter, then we might as well just pack it up and go home because the fix is in. Sorry, right back to the negative vibes for me.
He didn't say anything throughout this entire exchange. Not a single word. He got the elbow in the chest under the hoop, still doesn't say anything. Just stares
Yeah.
at him, going back, and then just gets.
So
gets
sick.
He didn't
shoved
need to
over.
say anything. He just dunked on his face.
Yeah.
And he
What were
got
the refs looking at? Did they
embarrassed.
call a foul on Hunter at all on this?
He was
Like,
embarrassed
what did
to
they
get
see happen?
dunked on.
Dude, and also, this is okay. I'm gonna go back to the negative vibes for a moment here, but it's to talk about
Quick,
not the
just
Cavs.
quick.
It's not to talk about the Cavs. It's to talk about replays. The Cavs
Okay,
immediately
that's fine.
come out of the break, get a rebound, get a massive dunk, and then now we just stop the game for 3 minutes.
How does that make sense? Double foul, then a technical on Atlanta, and then Atlanta still gets the ball afterwards? What the hell is that?
What did DeAndre do?
For
Did we
just
challenge the
looking-
review?
How does DeAndre get a foul on that?
How do
Dude.
you look at that replay and go, yeah, foul on both guys and then technical on the one?
Insane. You know what, guys? Time to implement street rules in the NBA. I want the players calling their own fouls from now on. This is insane.
That's the only thing I could think of. Staring at him, Chad. That's all that happened. He stared at him hard. He looked at him with like, I don't know. I really, I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words.
People do
I don't
worse.
understand.
Yeah, you're right though. People do worse than staring after making like a run-of-the-mill 3-pointer.
That was awful. Whatever.
Oh.
I don't understand that.
Donnie's team's fired up now. Team's fired up.
Yeah.
I'm fired up now.
Same.
Come on. Let's go.
No, that was on
Stop this
purpose. The refs
trash
were like,
Hawks team.
it was actually up for us. The fix was in for us. The refs were like, we got to get him fired up.
Yeah. They're like, the guys in the land are way too negative right now. How can we piss them off?
Oh,
Okay, I'm glad Don made a business decision there, to be honest.
Oh no.
Lonzo, you have to be able to work over a screen better than that.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Where's the rest of the team?
Lonzo, what are you doing there?
He got stuck. That was wonky. Kind of ruined a lot of momentum, but
Yeah.
travel. Thank you. Didn't hear the whistle. I was about to blow the whistle from here.
Let's go. I want to see another post here.
Is that not a foul?
I feel like DeAndre is really pissed right now, so get him the ball. Oh, gosh. All right. All right.
Let's go.
All right, Naquan. This is an open shot.
Naquan can shoot threes. He's not like a, oh, God, don't shoot it guy.
Yeah, like people in chat are always like, "Oh, it's Tomlin shooting threes." Like, I know he hasn't proved it yet in the actual NBA, but like he's not a bad 3-point shooter.
Get
Like, if
a
you watch,
freaking
this is so
rebound.
bad, dude.
What
Oh,
the fuck was that, Mobley?
he like punched it out of bounds.
There wasn't even anybody within 10
There was
feet of him.
nobody there.
Mobley.
Oh man.
Oh, my
Oh, that was a
goodness.
low light.
Mobley. What the hell?
Had a chance
Good
to get it
job.
in one possession. Come on, now we need another good defensive stand. Oh, Mr.
there he
Danny
is.
Cunningham, welcome to the land.
What's
Welcome.
up, guys?
What's
How are you?
up?
I'm
Danny,
good.
we're on
How
the
are you
verge
guys?
of crash. We're good. How's your Thanksgiving?
I can't complain. It's nice to have a few days off and not have a Cavs game every other night. 3 days, honestly, like 3 days off between being at games was kind of nicer than actual Thanksgiving. I needed to sleep a little bit.
There you go. Get a little vacation in, a little reset, recharge.
Much needed.
Well, thanks for hopping on with us. We appreciate it.
What happened with the Hunter thing when he got pushed? I was trying to get my camera figured out, so I missed that whole thing.
It was
What
it
ended
was
up happening?
so he slammed on the dude's face, like he posterized him hard, and then stood there after he made the dunk, and then the guy taking the ball out of bounds gave him a little forearm shiver to the chest. DeAndre didn't do anything, and then he's bringing up the ball. DeAndre's like kind of staring at him, backing up, and then he gets another shove, and DeAndre falls, kind of flops, and then they just called a double foul on DeAndre, and then a technical.
Why'd they call
It
a
made
double
no
foul? What
sense.
DeAndre
It made
do?
no sense.
We have
It
no
made
idea.
sense.
DeAndre didn't even say a single word.
Like, you
Didn't
watch
say
his
a-
mouth the whole way down the court. He doesn't open his mouth once, say a single word.
They
Which
reviewed
he
it.
is one
too.
that can talk, so that's not necessarily that is a little surprising. He didn't say anything. He's one that can talk.
Yeah, he just let his play do the talking. He just dunked right on his face, stared at him the whole way, back to half court, and then got shoved again. Then
I can imagine he was pretty fired up to be back in Atlanta tonight. I don't think he was. I don't think he was super happy previously when he was playing there. I think he is. If you guys heard what he said last week, I think he's much happier to be in Cleveland than he was in Atlanta.
We were kind of talking about this at the start of the game. Like, there's all of a sudden sort of a lot of discourse around, coming from Hawks players, coming from DeAndre Hunter about returning to Atlanta. And at least on the Cleveland end, it's been kind of like, oh, all right, didn't realize there's that kind of energy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he made comments this morning at shoot around. I think Ethan Sands tweeted them out about like the Hawks they can't stop him, which is why it was like the least surprising thing ever that DeAndre Hunter was very active early in the game offensively. But like he even said, he was asked last week about his passing because he's never been known as like a passer in the NBA. And he said, it's more of a situational thing. Like he individually is more open to passing now that he's in Cleveland than he was in Atlanta. And I kind of asked, like, I just said, what changed? And he just said, it's just a personal thing. And he didn't really want to get into it. But that to me is like, he was just not happy in the situation he was in Atlanta.
is it, I wonder if it's like a matter of him not liking his former teammates or just the whole situation there. They just didn't have a good future, or I don't know.
I think it was more the style of basketball that
Hmm.
that group played. I
Okay.
think it was sometimes when DeAndre would pass the ball, he wouldn't see it again, and I think that was part of it.
That
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 it
when
doesn't
you're
sound
an
at all.
NBA player, that can get annoying. I'm sure. Like
Yeah,
you want a good basketball, right? Like you want the ball to
Yes,
move and come back to you, and you
it
feel like
doesn't
your team's
necessarily always do that when the Hawks are fully healthy.
no.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, boy, I just don't think Trae Young. Hard to see him being a ball hog.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
It's not like
Danny,
it's not
though,
like
do you want to introduce yourself and plug your what you got going on right now?
Yeah, so I cover the team every day over at Locked On Cavs. Find that anywhere you get podcasts. I also have a Substack, The Inside Shot, where I write about the team just about every day. I am, as I mentioned, it's been a lot of games for me. I've been to 16 of the 19 games so far. I think I've been to 6 or 7 road games. Like, it's a rarity that I'm not at a road game right now, but I've been covering this team for a few years now and really getting into it. So it's been a fun ride, and it's a good group to cover.
Danny, one of the things we were talking about during the first quarter was sort of the difference in vibes, to use a term that I very much am hot and cold with, between last year's Cavs and this year's Cavs. And last year they seem to be a lot different than they are this year. And even though the roster is still pretty much the same, I'm curious what your insights are into why that may be, or just what your read on that is.
I think a lot of it's health. They last year, I think they had 23 different starting lineups over 82 games, and like some of those were, the starting lineup at the end of the year when they had a game. Oh, that's a nice shot. At the end of the year, where they were sitting everybody, and they just didn't deal with injuries last year. Darius Garland played 75 games. Evan Mobley played 71. I think Donovan Mitchell played 68 or something like that. Like, they were, for the most part, healthy, and that's just not been the case so far this year. And I think that has been a frustrating thing as a group. And I think because of that, they haven't been able to find a rhythm. Like last year, too, so much was made about Kenny Atkinson and needing to adjust to him. But if you look at what the group was the year before, it basically is the same exact team that started last year, right? They famously didn't make any moves. Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough shot.
They do we have a Cavalanche taking place right now? This feels like a Cavalanche taking place.
We are inching closer.
It turned into a 3-point contest just out of nowhere.
There's a blizzard going on.
There's a blizzard in Atlanta going on. But I think because they didn't have to adjust any personnel changes, I think that's been a big difference. Where this year they've got so many different guys that are being plugged in, and it's just like a challenge to have to do, especially when some very important players are not available all the time.
Do you read anything into sort of on the offensive end, even beyond the injuries? To me, it seemed like the offense has been a little bit more stagnant. They're taking a little bit less corner threes than they were last year. And I'm wondering if you read anything into that beyond just the injuries.
For me, it's like the Evan Mobley piece. That is the thing that I think is to be worried about offensively. Like when they're healthier, I think they'll make more threes, and with Garland there, I think they'll generate better looks. But the fact that they've been trying to just give Mobley the ball and say, go score, when that's just not who Mobley is, I think has been an issue for them offensively. Like the fact that he's not, I think the thing I'll say, I think the thing that needs to change is he needs to be attacking defenses when they're not set, and he needs to be getting the ball when he's already moving. And those things last year were done so much more frequently than what's been done this year. And part of it's like who he's playing with, right? For the first 15 or 16 games of the season, he was spending a lot of time without Donovan Mitchell on the floor. That's tough for him because he spent so much time with Donovan last year. So I just look at this and say, those are the things that need to be fixed. Like, there's no sense to me. It's their 20th game of the season. There's no sense to me in panicking right now over this stuff. It's all growing pains. But I do look at that and just say that is the thing that needs to get better.
For sure. The Evan Mobley ISO experience has not been very fun to watch.
No.
We all are rooting for it to happen. We want it to happen so bad. It's just not there yet.
I just thought it'd be better. Like I think people internally did. I think a lot of people externally did. Like, just I thought Evan would be ready to take on more of an offensive load, and maybe it was just a slow start. And two, like one of the things that I think I talked about in my podcast earlier this week. But if you look at what Evan's numbers were like, if you guys remember that game he had against the Hornets last year, where he hit 6 threes or 5 threes in the first quarter and was just awesome, like he scored 41 points. His numbers before that game are pretty similar to what his numbers are like this year. So like I do kind of think maybe pumping the brakes on Panic just a little bit makes sense.
That's fair. That's a good call out. I wonder if moving forward, and this is probably more of a long-term question, if they try to take that leap again with Mobley, I don't know if that's, they put the pause on that for the rest of this season, or if it's something they, come back after this upcoming off season. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they try to go back to that at some point in the future?
I think the goal is that when they do need him to do those things, the floor will be set up a little bit better for him, right? Like instead of having to do it with no Garland, no Mitchell on the floor, he can do it with Garland or Mitchell on the floor, and like that just makes life so much easier for him in those situations. So I kind of think that's the way you have to look at it. But I don't think it's like, oh man, this is just who Evan Mobley's always going to be now. I think that's an unfair way of looking at it, and I don't think that's what the Cavs are doing internally, certainly. But yeah, like it was a slow start to the season, but I do think that they will, I think, try and give him the thing I think should have been different is instead of just putting everything they needed from him on his shoulders right away, maybe it would have made sense to like ramp up, if that makes sense. And I don't think they did that. And I kind of think now they're starting back at some basic levels, and I think ramping back up could make sense.
Yeah,
I that's like fair. That. Do you? So I'm watching Evan Mobley shoot free throws these last few weeks.
Oh yeah, man.
And it's a little scary. It's like Yips territory scary.
It looks like he has a hitch in his shot, right? Like, am I? Are you guys not seeing that? Or
I was about to ask you, like,
we're calling
like
that
a hitch, or like, I don't know. It's just
like right. It's like right when he gets to the top, he like pauses, and it's weird. But it hasn't existed that at least to me, like it didn't exist at the three beyond the line, right? Like I've noticed it at the free throw line, but not on jumpers, which is weird.
Yeah. I mean, he's always had a flat shot.
Right.
I don't know.
Which I do think that's the one thing that needs to be fixed. And like Lonzo Ball has the same thing. Lonzo's shot is so flat.
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about JA. I want to hear your thoughts and insights on the whole JA. I know he's had the injury with the finger, but there's still been a few games where he's sort of seemingly disappeared from the rotation come the second half in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that, you know a whole lot more, so I'd love to hear sort of what your perspective on that is.
So one of the things the Cavs have said, and like I believe this to an extent, I don't necessarily like think it's the entire story, and you're never gonna get like, oh my gosh, that was bad. You're never gonna get like always the entire story, but they have mentioned the fact that they've played a lot of teams that are playing very fast, and that does not necessarily coincide with having two bigs on the floor, and the Cavs are always going to pick Evan over Jarrett in those situations, and I think that they should. So that's a big reason why he hasn't necessarily played a ton in fourth quarters. But to me, it's been something that the Cavs need to dictate the style of game more frequently than they have. Like that to me has been, I think, one of their big issues is that they have not been the ones dictating the way the game is played, that they have beaten other teams playing the preferred style of the other team. And that is not what it should be. And I think part of that has led to Jared Allen not playing as frequently. Like, I do think he's been good for the most part when he's been out there. He's never going to be the most consistent player in the world. And like Jared Allen on the second night of a back-to-back is almost never good. But I do think for the most part, some of it has been a pace thing. But some of it is the Cavs just need to do a better job dictating their style.
Amen to that.
Yeah, it seems like from my fan perspective that Kenny doesn't trust Jarrett as much in the fourth quarter for some reason, or I don't know. I guess just trying to search for a reason. Like you see JA start to like have a good first half, and then he plays like nothing at all in the second half, and you're like, why? He was very effective. Why did we stop going to him? Like this doesn't
So
make
I
any
think
sense.
part of it too is what the rotations were, right? And this is something that I have been like honed in on. When early in the season, Donovan Mitchell would leave the floor with Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley would have to carry things right for a little bit, like we talked about. And because of that, I do think that, well, they want Evan and Donovan out there in the fourth quarter, but the rotations are kind of screwed up because Jared's been leaving the floor with Donovan. So, like, that I think is having an effect on who's starting the fourth quarter and when he goes in the fourth quarter. I think that is part of the reason why his fourth quarter minutes have been down, is because of a move that, like, it's got that waterfall effect or butterfly effect, whatever you want to call it, where a decision made in the first quarter sort of sets a certain tone for things in a certain way about doing things. And that leads to then not being set up maybe the way you would like in the fourth.
Gotcha. Then the situation doesn't present itself in the fourth quarter where he would normally play, or
Strong take from Don there.
He's so like he's so twisty. Like he can move his body in just the weirdest ways.
He's so strong and athletic, man. Like he is like built like the greatest strong safety to ever play football. Like he would be just a sick strong safety if he played football.
Like how does he?
That's the kind of body he has.
It's like I can't bend my arm like that. Like
do you see the crossover at the start of that move there? He was like crossing over while his 1 foot was like 2 feet in the air. Like
he's
my
so
goodness,
good, man.
Someone who's like the most inflexible person on earth. Like I'm amazed.
Yeah. It's always crazy to me when I go to a Cavs game and I'm like, if I'm near the court, I like look at Donovan Mitchell and I'm like, oh my God, like he's a physical specimen. Like he's built.
Yes, he is jacked, man. Like he's so strong. And it's crazy because he's not tall. Like he is, I think he's listed at 6'3". And I think he's 6'2". And like Darius is even smaller than that. But he's so strong. Like it's so impressive.
I have a question about NBA training regimen. Are they like lifting like heavy weights throughout the year? Like, are they?
I don't know like exactly the specifics of what their workouts look like, but they are lifting. I mean, I don't think that they're having like a max out day or anything like that, but they are lifting weights throughout the season. I don't know exactly what the workouts look like, and I'm not in the weight room ever, but that is part of their regiment. I wouldn't imagine it's like, hey, I'm going to try and squat 405 today.
Right.
But it's certainly weightlifting involved.
At least maintain what you have, or
it looks different than what an NFL strength training program would look like.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
I can imagine.
Danny, our man Mike. Sorry, I was just gonna say, shout out our man Mike from over in the UK has a question about any insight you have into Max Strus and Sam Merrill and when we might see them again.
So I'll start with Strus. I would be surprised if he plays before the calendar flips to 2026. The injury he had, it's called a Jones fracture. So like it is your fifth metatarsal. Like imagine if my hand was my foot. So the break is like right here. And I am uniquely qualified to talk about this because I had this injury twice in college. So I played football in college, and I had 2 different Jones fractures in my time playing. So during the surgery, they put a screw in there basically to hold the bone together. And because of, if you think about how your foot is, that part of your foot doesn't exactly get a lot of blood flow. So healing for it is very, very time consuming. Like it's a lengthy process. And because of where it's at, it is something that, depending on how your foot is shaped, it can be prone to re-injury. So the Cavs have to, especially with Max, and I know Max isn't exactly the most publicly facing person on this team, but he is, I think, stubborn is fair to call him, and he's going to do things the way he wants to do things, and he's going to do everything at 100%, and he is going to do everything he can to force himself onto the floor. And the Cavs are going to need to force him not onto the floor. If Max could be back right now, he would be back right now like he would want to be. but the Cavs kind of need to protect him from himself as far as that goes. Like, they just can't let him come back early, because if he comes back early and re-breaks it, that's it. Like, he's done for the year. So I would be surprised if he's back before like January 10th, maybe. You know, I've not looked at the schedule. I don't know, like, because, and if you think back to when Garland came back, the Cavs had a practice right before. They had a couple of days off before that game. They kind of like to bring guys back like that. So I do think it makes sense to look at the calendar like that. But I'd be surprised if he's back before the end of this year. As for Sam, I don't anticipate this being like some long-term thing. Maybe it could be. I've not heard anything that is concerning about it. Basically, it's just, you know, his hand is swollen. It's hard to be who Sam Merrill is when you have a swollen shooting hand the way that he does right now. So I don't think that it's necessarily a long-term thing, but I do think the Cavs miss him.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
While we're on the injury portion of the show, Darius Garland, every time he comes on the floor, I get scared that he's going to just re-injure himself.
I don't think you're alone.
Because he's always like limping and he looks like he's in pain. And I'm like, why is he even in the game right now? Like, we're the first quarter of the season. Like, there you go, Mose.
Nice pass.
Glad that got right back to him.
Is my fear as a fan like valid, do you think, or is it like he's just going to be hurting during this injury recovery? There's no way around it.
I think there are going to be a lot of bumps along the road with this. You know, I'm not an expert in this specific foot injury the way I am the Max Strus foot injury. But I do think this is one where he's going to kind of have to work out some kinks. And I think that everybody organizationally is going to be sitting there holding their breath, watching him play at times. Just like I think a lot of fans are too. Like, whenever he goes down, and I think he got hit in the face earlier in this game, you're like, oh no, did he hurt his foot? And it's like the furthest thing away from his foot on his body. But I think that's how a lot of people are going to think, because it's just like, hey, we know how important he is to what the Cavs do. And watching him have to, you know, if he gets hurt, like, you feel much different about this team. That was a great cut. You feel much differently about this team. So I don't think like your fears are wrong, but I also do think like there might be another episode like there was in Miami. And if that happens, it's going to take some time, but ultimately the Cavs think he'll be better because of it. Just kind of got to get through it.
Yeah. Because that his game is like so dependent on his ability to like start and stop and like shift and, you know, make guys get off balance. And you need your foot, your big toe is like so important for that. And like,
well,
it's
like,
just
did you guys watch Thursday Night Football last night?
I did not.
So they showed a thing before the game about what Joe Burrow went through, and like the tendon and all of that stuff. And if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. And I can't necessarily explain it all that well. But that is basically what Darius Garland went through. And that is obviously a very difficult thing to oh man.
Oh
no.
That's obviously a very difficult thing to deal with.
DJ.
And
get that shit out of here.
DJ also just like plays a style of game where he just gets hit a lot. No matter where it is on his body, he gets beat up. It just always tends to happen.
He gets hit in the face more than anyone I've ever seen.
Danny,
I don't know if it's because of like where he dribbles at. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I have never heard anyone that has a good explanation for why that's the case.
Danny, I'm going to be heading out here in a second, but I had one last question for you. When you look at, there's a lot of discourse, a lot of people talking on Twitter about all things in general, but especially about the Cavs, and they're talking about frustrations with Mobley, trading Jared Allen, things like that. When you deal with all that and you hear all that, what's one thing from your insider perspective that like you wish was a bigger part of the discourse, or that more Cavs fans knew? If that question makes sense.
I think the Cavs are unique because so much of this fan base went from like the Cavs being terrible to LeBron coming back, and then they're just instantly awesome. And this is the first time really for a lot of people, I mean, myself included, that there has to be a buildup, and you have to go through we've heard the term growing pains a ton this year with this team, but you have to go through, I think, some organizational growing pains, right? And I think that's what the past couple of years have been. And that does not mean it's some excuse for last year. Like last year was a failure in the playoffs. And there's no way around that. But I also think that they're looking at this. Oh, wow. Good for that guy. I think
How
they're
much did that
looking
guy
at this
just win?
I don't know, but that's awesome.
Yeah, that was just pure too.
There was
Sorry,
one.
go ahead.
I'm trying to think. I think I was in Miami. Dude just buried it. Like absolutely perfect shot from half court. It was awesome in Miami.
Yeah, that was pure.
Good for that guy.
Well, he says that was for $1 million too.
What?
No way.
That was for $1 million?
No way.
He is not
There's
excited.
No way.
Okay, okay.
Never mind.
Dude, if I win $1 million on a half court shot, I would not contain myself at all.
10 G's, maybe?
All right.
I think 10 G's. Okay.
That's more appropriate.
Like, did we just watch a guy win $1 million? Like, what?
If that guy won $1 million and reacted like that, something's wrong.
He just looked like he was in complete shock. Like,
right. What was I talking about? I totally lost my train of thought because
no, you're good. You were talking about sort of ramping up.
Right. Like the Cavs are doing things now that they hope pays off in the playoffs. Like, do they care they're 12-7? Sure. But they're not checking the standings every day. It's not like, man, we are 12-7. We should be, 14-5 instead of that. Like there's not been one time this year where I've been in the locker room after a game, win or loss, and they're like frustrated with things. And I think Donovan is kind of a good voice for this because he's been very much about just like a trust the process type of mentality for this season. And I think that is kind of the way it should be for them because they know, and I guess this is the one thing about this fan base that is interesting to me. So many people after last postseason said nothing they do in the regular season is going to matter. Wake me up in May because the first round doesn't even matter either, right? And if that is how you feel, I can't tell you you're wrong. Like that's fair. They're going to be judged on their postseason success or lack thereof. But it does feel like too, if you're going to feel that way, you have to accept that there are going to be bumps along the road in the regular season that they're dealing with right now. And I think that there's been some like, well, we don't care until the playoffs, but we're really mad right now too. And that doesn't make sense to me. Like that is the thing. Like if you are going to be a trust process thing, then it needs to be, okay, we're going to live with some of these nights in November. Like this is their first game after Thanksgiving, and it feels like there have been 4 different crises so far.
It's true. The fans, like you said, exactly. Like, all right, we failed in the playoffs. Regular season doesn't matter. Like, even though last year's regular season, we were just talking about earlier, was like the most fun regular season like I have ever watched in my entire life. Like that was just like fun game after fun game. Our offense was amazing. We were on 10-game winning streaks, every other week it seemed like, and it was just a blast.
It was sick. It was not the best regular season in franchise history because I think we kind of lose sight of what they did 08, 09, 09, 2010 when they won 60-plus games. But last year was awesome. Like, it was magical. They were so good every single night. So anytime you're comparing it to that, like, yeah, you're going to be feeling left a little bit short. And, like, this is a team I think is still going to win close to 60 games. Like, they're still going to be the ones in the East. They're still going to be really, really good. But it's just like it's not going to feel the same as last year. And that's okay because they hope that the playoffs feel different.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess everyone is worried now that, we're having some issues. We're still, whatever, 12 and we're still okay.
They're still fine. Like, I think this team gets talked about sometimes like they're 7-12 instead of 12-7.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But you also have sort of like the narrative starting to build, at the national level. which I imagine is at some point gets hard to tune out. I trust Don. I know Don's an amazing leader, and there's other leaders in that locker room, but we're, like you said, we're less than 30 games into the season, and you already have national talking heads discussing the Cavs, like Kendrick Perkins and these kind of guys who are let's just say like less than rosy about their perspective on the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't think guys in the locker room care about it right now. I really don't.
I love that.
Like that's never come up in any conversation I've had with anybody organizationally this year. I just really don't think they care about what anyone's saying outside. I think they are, to their credit, very focused on what's going on inside that locker room and inside those lines, and that's kind of it. And I think that's a great place to be.
Yeah, that's like what's required if you're going to do a trust the process year. You
Yes,
can't
100%.
you can't be listening to Kendrick Perkins saying dumb stuff if you're going to accept the pains of the process.
100% agree.
That insight just kind of, I think, confirms what I thought Don was in the locker room. Like, he just seems like the most even keel, like smartest, like best attitude, like incredible leader to have on your basketball team that doesn't get talked about like enough. Like
100%.
he's incredible.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, he's very underrated sort of as I don't know if I'd go so far as to say coach player. Would you, Danny? A player coach?
No, I wouldn't go that far. But he is. I just think he's a great leader, and I think that's what matters. He's a great leader, and you got to be happy with him being the franchise player.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't care that he hasn't made it past the second round of the playoffs. Like he will.
That's the thing that bothers me is I think he would be talked about so much differently nationally if he had been to the finals before. Like he'd be thought of as this great winner that I think he is. If he would have, if the Cavs would have made the finals last year, like he'd be looked at as I think I think there's a very clear top 4 players in the NBA. If the Cavs would have gone to the finals last year, I think Donovan Mitchell would just be the 5th best player in basketball, and people wouldn't really question it, especially with Wemby hurt right now. And if Wemby's healthy, maybe he's bumped to 6th. But because he hasn't done that postseason stuff, that's why he's not talked about, I think, appropriately for how good he is.
Yeah, we're in a society that's, championship or bust. If you don't win championships, nothing matters.
Oh, yeah. It's ring culture, man.
Which, I get to an extent, but I also, I find enjoyment, like I was saying, like last year, like I had a blast watching that Cavs team. Like, yeah, it was so disappointing they lost in the second round, but also, like, shit happens. Like, they got injured and, like, yeah, it's an excuse, but that's also what happened. Like, if they're healthy, they beat that Pacers team. Like,
I agree.
Like,
even everyone, with the witchcraft.
Everyone, yeah, I don't care.
I don't think the witchcraft happens if they're healthy. I think even if just like Darius Garland is not injured, I think they're fine. I think they win that series if he's healthy. I really do.
The Pacers won that series because we couldn't break a press. Like they were.
Yeah.
Don was exhausted, sprinting around, trying to deal with, 5 different players throughout the game, pressuring him full court the entire time. And, he still scored, I don't know, he scored a shitload of points still, but like there's points where he was just gassed and it's like, yeah, he's human. He's not going to just be able to have a full motor the entire time. He's human. Like, I don't care how good you are. You're going to get tired.
It's unfortunate.
I have 2 parts to this question. One is silly and one's more serious. The first one is Luke Travers' discourse. How do you feel about Luke Travers? And what
I'm not aware of discourse going on with him. I'm not aware of discourse going on.
That's why I'm asking, because we have discourse on this server, on this room about Luke Travers. So what's your Travers take?
I am not 100% positive that he's an NBA player. Like, could he be? Maybe. I think that the things that he's done the last couple of times he's been out there has been better than anything he's done before. But I also am just not all the way there on him being a true NBA player. I'm not quite there yet. Like, of the three guys on a two-way right now, and the Cavs have one open roster spots, and two-way players are not eligible to be in the playoffs. Of the three guys on a two-way, like Naquan Tomlin is the one I think that you look at and say, yeah, he's going to get that contract.
Yeah, that was the silly half of my question. The second serious part of the question was Tomlin. So I'm glad you went there. This guy's come out of
so
nowhere.
good.
I mean, not nowhere. I
So
mean, he's
good,
been
man.
he's been the best. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's been the best player on the G League affiliate for a little bit now. But I mean, man, is it so awesome to see him rewarded and see him succeed? I mean, just from a human perspective as well as
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well, especially his story too. Like, he didn't play
yeah,
organized basketball
so
until he got to
unique,
college, and
so
like
unique.
they could have a diamond in the rough. And that is when you are living where the Cavs are living financially as a second apron team, you have to find wins on the margin. Like, you look at somebody like, and Sam Merrill's a little bit different now because he signed a real NBA contract
Yeah,
where he's making $8 million a year, so it's less applicable to him. But the contract he was on before, you need to have a guy like that can contribute on that kind of deal. Jalen Tyson needs to be a hit because you don't have a first round pick every year. So when you have a first round pick, you need to make sure that you find a way to get a guy that can be like your seventh or eighth guy. And Jalen Tyson looks like that right now.
mm-hmm.
Dean Wade, once upon a time, was undrafted two-way guy. Greg
Yeah,
Porter Jr., undrafted two-way guy. Naquan Tomlin right now. Like, they have done a great job. The Cavs, I think, deserve a ton of credit for discovering and developing these guys. And they're never going to be guys that are all NBA players. I shouldn't say never. Very rarely going to turn into that. But you need to find guys that can contribute in that area in order to have three guys on your team that are on max.
yeah. I've been really pleased watching Tomlin this year. I mean, he's got the length. Like, the crazy part about that story is, like, when you look at Naquan Tomlin, you're like, was there no one who ever was like, go to the basket, go play basketball? Like, just when you look
I
at
don't
his, like,
know,
when he
man.
reaches
I
up,
don't
like
know. I am hoping to do a story on my Substack about him and like his background story and stuff like that, and just kind of like how he got here. It's something
yeah,
I'm hoping
that'd
to
be
start
amazing.
working on soon. But it's just like how the Cavs discovered this guy is incredible. The fact that he was not a basketball player growing up, like an organized basketball player growing up, blows my mind because he has all the tools you could want. He's still very raw, obviously, but to me, he looks like somebody that should be like, if 1 year from now, would it surprise you if he's in Dean Wade's spot in the rotation? Because I would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, that's some heavy praise. That's some real heavy praise, which
I
I
mean,
think he deserves right now.
he's just gives so much effort every time he's on the floor. Like, he's rebounding, he's tipping balls, he's almost fouling out in, like,
Yeah, that needs to be fixed a little.
it needs to be fixed a little, but uh if he's also getting more minutes, you would think he's not going to be as much of a psycho on defense and take as many risks. But he might. He had just started playing basketball, so.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it's exciting to have a guy that is so raw and so little experience, but at the same time has been successful in the G League and so far in the NBA. Like, it seems like he has it.
What a
Right.
credit to our G
100%.
League, team as
Oh
well.
my God. Well, it's
To the staff
the,
and
the scouting department for the Cavs, the guys who do player development, like, they've done such a great job. And even look at, how Jalen Tyson looks year one from year two. Like,
yep.
last year, I did not see Jalen Tyson turning into what he's been so far this year. And they deserve a lot of credit for that, man. They do.
How do you feel about Craig Porter Jr. And Jalen Tyson, as far as, like, not asking you to say which one's better, but um, I feel like Craig Porter Jr. gets overlooked a lot when his offense.
I just think it's because Craig doesn't necessarily play like the same premium position, right? Where Jalen is this big wing that you hope can do a lot of different things. I think Craig has come a long way from where he was last year. I thought that he would be better last year than he was. I think there was a lot of disappointment about the season last year because if Craig, I think would have been what he's been so far this year, last year in the playoffs, maybe that series looks different against the Pacers, but they didn't really trust him to be in there in those moments. Oh gosh, no. They didn't really trust him in those moments to go out there and do that stuff. And this year I think feels like a different story. Jalen, the same thing, but Jalen was a rookie. Like that's kind of fair to expect, but I think that they've both developed in ways that you should be pretty pleased about.
Yeah. I'm definitely happy with both of them. I've been impressed with, it's like we don't have enough minutes on this team to give. We have so many good players. It's like
Kenny is going to have, I think, some, and I got to run after this, but I think Kenny's going to have some tough decisions to make if and when the Cavs ever get fully healthy. Because right now, to me, if you go up and down this roster, how many guys do they have on the roster on standard contracts that you look at and say, I don't know if you're really deserving of rotation minutes. Like you could say that about Thomas Bryant. Who else can you say that about?
I mean, I even like Thomas Bryant. I think he's got a
I do too. I do too,
yeah.
But like, I mean, that's kind of what the conversation is.
Yeah, no, it is. It's because the playoff rotation, like that shrinks and it gets difficult. And we got a deep roster, and that was kind of the question last year. Like, how are we gonna play with the smaller roster? Like, our strength is our depth, and that doesn't help as much in the playoffs.
100%. But thank you guys for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah, thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want,
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on.
Yep.
I'm gonna post your Substack here in chat. Shout out Danny for hopping on with us. That was awesome. Get a little inside scoop, real official boots on the ground for the land. That was cool. It was fun asking him questions about Cavs players and getting some unique perspectives on what this Cavs team is like behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, that was great. I mean, it's obviously I think we're a little bit we have fun on stream a lot here. And I think it was nice to sort of have a little bit more like a real in-depth conversation on a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about in sort of like a more casual basis, for the first parts of the year, to actually hear sort of like a professional sort of take on the things we talk about.
Yeah, and we we're talking about it as we're seeing it live. Like, we're just kind of just spitting things out and just like, letting our, eyes do the talking for us. So, it's nice. It's nice to get a real basketball conversation.
Great follow on Twitter as well. Definitely, if you're sort of in the Cavs verse when it comes to Twitter, you should follow Danny. Definitely one of the must follows of the Cavs journalists.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's actually have a good. There we go, Mobes. There's that line drive right at the back of the rim.
It's because he's so tall. It's hard to, when you're that tall and your arms are that long, it's hard to put arch on the ball because you'll like overshoot it every time.
That's a theory.
Yeah, that was total BS, by the way.
What
just came out of my mouth was
BS.
Like total BS. Like, look how long my arms are. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. But it like the logic made sense in my head for like 5 seconds before I said it.
That's funny.
Is it actually true, TCS report? Yeah, Jay, it is really interesting, and Danny mentioned that the hitch seems to only exist in his free throws, which is so bizarre. Like usually when your shot's effed up, it's effed up. Like it doesn't really matter where you're shooting it from.
I mean, that makes it similar to the yips to me. Like,
Yeah.
a golfer has a mental block about 3 footers, and he just starts, like guiding it and like trying to fix it, and then it.
Jeez, tough shot. I'm happy that we got a Luke Travers take out of him. I couldn't let Big Rig not have a Luke Travers take
I
from that.
that was nice. I am disappointed. I had a conspiracy question for him that I didn't get to ask. I was going to ask him if he was one of the mods on the Cavs Reddit. But I don't
Why
think
do
he
you think
is.
he is?
Well, he's allowed to post on Cavs Reddit
Like
his
official
his
stuff?
like promotion. Yeah, he can post like his podcast and his Substack and stuff. Like they let him do that. Um, it might be because his name holds a little more weight than the land, at least especially at the time when we were trying to get there. But I think the answer is the people on Cavs Reddit are just lunatics. No,
No,
Big
no, Big
Rig. I
Rig.
was just saying. I regret I ran out of time. I didn't get to ask him my Reddit question. Timeout? No.
Come on, guys. Nice pass.
Did you hear that?
What do you say? I heard
As
yelling.
as he was shooting, I think someone on the Hawks went, "Hell no, Dre."
Ah, that's funny. Whoa, what is that switch? Guys, come on. Come on. Now you can't. You gotta. You're not. That was so bad. Dre put his head down, followed the guy, and Mobley didn't react for like literally 3 seconds.
And we had Jared Allen and Mobley right on that backside for the rebound, and we didn't even come close to getting it.
Yeah, we
Just
need a timeout,
clunky.
guys. This hasn't been good.
As soon as Danny left and Big Rig joined, good
There it is.
dish.
Good pass. Big to big. There it is.
Oh, okay. He'll take a timeout for us.
Honestly, that's a terrible timeout by Quinn Snyder. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, it is. I will be right back. I got to run a few errands.
All right. Mac and cheese. This has to be the easiest game ever. Like, Bread. Bro. Bread. This guy just said bread. Just bread. What? Ah, he had the whole lane. Like no one was even challenging. I know. Yeah, the worst part about this is they're not a volume 3-point shooting team, and they're still just like, all right, DG, come on, bot. Nice. Because I mean, the real reason is because we overhelp. Like that's the real reason. Is we're jittery with our switch. We're jittery when people get in the paint. We're bad at switching. Good passing. Dang. The switching is what bothers me. Like you need to know your like you need to know what you're doing on the basketball court. Like the jittery overhelp, like whatever. Like coach can sort of beat that into him, but like you need to like know if you can't if you're not effective at switches, like you can't play defense as an NBA team. It just doesn't work. And we're so slow. We're so slow on switches. It's really bad. Like earlier this game, like there was like a situation where it was Dre and Mobley, and Dre switched off. Like they were literally like 2 feet away from each other. Dre and Mobley were, and Dre switched off the guy and put his head down to go like chase the guy to the hoop, and Mobley didn't react for a solid 3 seconds. The guy just had an open three, like not like it was nothing. And that's just like mental. Like that's just being dumb. Like no offense to Mobley, but like it's like processing speed. Like you got to process at an NBA speed. Oh, he's doing his bike, I guess, or whatever he does. I don't know. There you go, Jay. Good decision to dunk it. The more times Jay makes the decision to dunk, the better a basketball player he is. When you have DG down low, there's just no way you can defend that. Thank you, Lonzo, for not shooting that. Lonzo. Get the ball. It's just like processing speed, Blackbird. It's like everything just seems to be a fraction of a second or a second behind like what we looked like last year when we would go on our runs. It's just a little, like a tiny bit just off. And when you try to play like Kenny offense, you cannot be off by a fraction of a second. Nice. Oh, that sucks. How's that not a foul? Like that's not a foul. What are you talking about? I don't think Lonzo was meant as like a 1-to-1 Ty Jerome replacement. Like, um, not really. That wasn't really the idea behind it. I mean, Ty isn't even playing right now. He's hurt. So with a long history of injuries. That's true. I think I think Lonzo's role was supposed to be sort of like an enhanced Isaac Okoro. At least the way Isaac sort of operated on this offense. Big Greg, but isn't that like distinctly what we sort of brought Lonzo on to be? Not 3 and D, but like defense, rebounding. I mean, Lonzo's supposedly is a good 3-point shooter. They're not identical. Like nobody's identical. Nice. There it is. Second chance points. They're a bad rebounding team. Dude, this thing FanDuel's been doing with the big, huge box during the games is just really bad. That was great movement by Jalen Tyson. Great movement. Eight assists. God dang. Lonzo, I don't like that. I mean, I get it, but I don't like it. Going for the steal there. I mean, if you don't get he's lucky that he at least clipped him. If he doesn't clip him there, it's just free points. It's because it's just like they don't know how to switch. Like it's just so bizarre. Just so off on defensive switches. Not that I expect Larry Nance to be just like this goated like defender that's switching left and right and making these split second decisions amazingly, but like it's not just a Larry Nance thing. It's a just go to the hoop, Don. Squeeze it, Larry. Good D. Oh, Big Rig, you missed Danny's takes on that. He basically said that it's partly oh geez. It's partly about that we've been playing teams with a lot of pace and that down the stretch they don't think Jay can keep up with these teams. Um, and then he said it was also partly not on purpose, based on the rotations from like first quarter. That oftentimes just by pure chance, when the fourth quarter rolls around, they just don't have a chance to get Jay's rotation in. Those are Jay's. Those were Danny's takes. Good pass. Good rebound. I'd like to see Lonzo swing the ball there. I know he just hit a three, but Larry, squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Oh, sorry about that, Mikey.
All good.
My fiance's sister is in town, and she just
Not
walked in the door, so I had to show some face there for a few minutes.
Yeah, Don just needs to go to the hoop. Like no more distributor, I don't think, this game.
We've been doing shitty. What's going on here?
Just like I don't know if I'd say shitty, just kind of like
Losing steam.
some poor defensive moments. Lonzo starting to shoot threes for no reason again. He made one, but then brick two. Nance 2 times had the ball in his hands and just let it go out of bounds.
Mm. I thought that guy won $1 million when Danny was on at halftime and that dude made a shot. That was ridiculous. Whitey, that was a good one. That was a good one. You got us.
We got fake news.
We got Centelled. We got Skooged.
We did good. We got sent out.
You got Skooged. Yeah, Big Rig. Somebody made a half court jackpot shot, and nobody was like paying attention. We were like just kind of like talking to Danny. We're like, "Holy shit! How much did he win?" And Skoog just said 1 million. And we're like, "Whoa!" We did not fact check. We were in a vulnerable moment. Wow, Jared Allen buying people groceries and teaching them math at the same time. That is just on brand Jared Allen. That's great stuff.
Just a bunch of nice gentlemen.
Just a bunch of nice guys. Nice guys talking turkey. The diff is a great tool for math.
Yeah. He's teaching people so that we can get rid of the diff. So when those kids grow up, they won't need the diff. Oh, we didn't ask Big Rig. The only kind of silly question we got in was the Luke Travers one. I asked him what his take was on the Luke Travers discourse, and he stopped and he went, "What Luke Travers discourse? I've never heard of Luke Travers discourse."
It's like, what's Luke Travers discourse?
And we were like, our Luke Travers discourse.
Travel? Did he not pivot? Well, I guess he did travel. Coach is telling him to go to the other end.
I don't think you can challenge anyway. I don't think there's no such thing challenging it.
You can't challenge a travel?
I don't think so.
Why
As far as
not?
I'm aware.
It's not really a judgment call.
This was not a good quarter.
I might need to.
It's a long two. Why are we? I don't think that was a 3. That was a 2.
I called it a 2, right?
Yeah, I think just such a weak foul. So what was the best food that you had on Thanksgiving?
Well, as I was saying, I think before you were there. I hosted Thanksgiving. I deep fried a turkey.
Nice. Your fingers are all still on?
Got them all. Didn't catch the house on fire.
Nice. That's a win right there.
It was pretty good. Turkey was pretty solid. Best food. There, I did like a corn jalapeno green chili casserole kind of deal, and that was super good.
Wow.
We had broccoli corn casserole, which is always my favorite. Aunt Barb's recipe. Shout out Aunt Barb.
So many casseroles. We're so Midwestern. So many casseroles.
Oh yeah.
Everything in a casserole.
We had some good scalloped potatoes there.
Do you call them scalloped potatoes or funeral potatoes?
Scalloped potatoes. I've never heard funeral potatoes before.
It's the same dish, just regionally they call it different things. So like some people call them just cheesy potatoes, some people call them scallop potatoes, and then some people call them funeral potatoes. It depends what region of the United States you're in. Out west, they tend to be funeral potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes doesn't make sense because that's a different dish entirely. Have you ever had cheesy potatoes?
Oh, nice pick. I think, but the way you said that makes me now question whether I've had cheesy potatoes.
Oh, cheesy potatoes, like potatoes are like kind of cubed up, pretty small, and it's like cheesy and stuff, and then there's like crumbly goodness on top.
Yeah,
It's kind of a potato cheesy casserole.
Yeah, to me that's what scalloped potatoes are. Except scallop, you kind of. I mean, the only difference, I guess, is technically scalloped potatoes. They're round, right? They're
They're sliced real thin.
But it's all the same to me. It's like
it's
cheese
different.
And sour cream and crunchy stuff on top.
Yeah, it's similar sauces for sure. Different shaped potatoes, different topping. I almost made a third potato, but I elected not to because it was too much work, and we had enough potatoes. I'm having another Thanksgiving tomorrow with my fiance's family, and we'll see what I think I'm gonna make those. It's have you ever had a smashed potato?
No.
It's where you boil the potato and it gets soft, and then you smash it with a rolling pin or a glass or something, and it becomes flat, and then you put it back in the oven and it gets real crispy.
I've never had that. Do you put anything on it, like sour cream,
Yeah,
cheese, and stuff?
you put
And these
I
people are
mean,
really
there's a
swag surfing.
whole number of ways you can do it. Usually they're served drier, I guess. You just put a bunch of seasoning on them. You can, you know.
I know. I think you're talking about a knish, Jay. It's a bit different because a knish is you don't keep the skin on in a knish. Knish. Sounds like you
I've
keep the skin on yours.
Yeah, you got to keep the skin on. There, you make it with really small potatoes, so little baby potatoes, and then you flatten them out. Would recommend though. They're an easy. It's a great air fryer potato. After you smash them, you throw them in the air fryer.
Big Rig, no. We got the knockoff K-pop back. They must have only commissioned 2 songs to be made for the season. Actually, fun fact: if you have if you have League Pass and you watch a bunch of random games, the whole FanDuel conglomerate uses the same hype songs or whatever. I think they have them commissioned every year
You
or
got to
whatever
watch
because
the
they're not.
same 3 commercials
They're
over and over again too.
I know you watch the same intermission highlight tapes over and
Yeah.
over again.
Oh, he botched it.
That was still really good, but
Good recovery, but
what's going on? This has been all game. They've been screwing around. They wheeled in the shot clocks. They're not the ones above the hoop right now. They wheeled them in, I think, and they're
how does that happen? How does it just go out? Come on.
So our backup shot clocks are also out.
Somebody hit the B-dubs button?
I wish.
What's that 1 minute, 17 seconds? Somebody turn it off and on. Unplug it, plug it back in. Unplug it, blow on it, plug it back in. Although that trick only works for N64 games.
This is stupid. This is so dumb. This
Good
is really
pass.
frustrating for me because I care so much about the NBA Cup. It's my worst nightmare.
There we go, Dean. Big shot.
I haven't seen Dean Wade make a drifting three in a million years.
Green Dean.
Yeah, Danny was not very high on Dean Wade.
Oh. I think the Cavs are taking this seriously. I think they're just losing.
Yeah, like they're definitely taking this game seriously.
Whew. What is this song? Flute?
This is an annoying lineup for the Hawks. Good ball movement.
Nice. Yeah,
That
that
was
was
a
a
really good possession.
great
And it all
swing.
started with Tomlin. That was all started with Tomlin.
Started with Tyson on the drive. Brought
Yeah,
some
yeah.
attention with them. Good kick out. Oh.
Good D, good D. Good D. Unfortunate.
Was it a
Really high
walk?
on him, Big Rig.
I didn't see a walk. I saw him try to pass it and then get rejected.
Said that Big Rig, he said that he might take Dean Wade's role at this pace.
Well, he was just kind of throwing out like
Yeah.
like there's tough decisions, gonna be made. No way. Oh my God.
Just everything they're doing is just going in it right now. That was a poor decision. There's nothing there.
Great
Good D by
D.
Tyson.
Let's go.
That was really good. I like that.
I like that a lot.
See, it's
Tyson
like,
with some huge plays there down the stretch.
yeah, I mean, like we're seeing. I mean, this game, regardless of how it ends, we've seen flashes. You can't say like this. Like throughout this game, we've seen flashes of what we should look like.
That was great defense. That was also just a terrible fast break by that dude.
Yeah, he was a little bit out of control there.
He slowed way down, and there was zero space between the two guys. So
31 for Mitchell. Quiet 31.
another quiet 30-plus point game.
It's like you don't even realize until. Feel like I need to look up some stats, like the box score. I'm kind of a little bit scared to look at some certain players.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I don't even have the box score on my other screen right now.
JA leading the not good brigade. 21 minutes, 8 points, -18, -18.
He's been very quiet.
DG 24 minutes, 13 points, -15, -15. Our highest plus minus are Larry Nance and Naquan. But they're both only at 10 minutes, so kind of limited.
They were playing in that second quarter. Whoa. Okay. That was a goofy ass shot.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, like, this Hawks team just got whooped by the Wizards last game. Guys, no panic. Reset.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, Mobley just took a terrible step back three, and then they had a free fast break. Not great. That's exactly what that was, an indecisive step back three.
Not good. I don't really have much to say about that other than just not good. So not good that Kenny instantly called a timeout.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah. I'd imagine the Hawks have a pretty good dance cam. Don't know what that move is. Oh, yeah.
The ESPN and all the accounts are posting that half court shot all over the place. It was $10,000.
10 G's, okay.
So 5 G's.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe it would be taxed like a tip, like a bonus.
If it was under $10,000, I don't think you have to pay taxes on it.
Oh yeah, it'd be a gift. It'd be qualified as like a gift. I don't know. If it's coming from a corporate entity, can it be taxed like a gift? Or the gift exemption may only be between human beings. I don't know.
That's true.
It would feel kind of weird if a business could give you a gift for no taxes if it's under $10,000. Figure,
Yeah,
I don't operate in this kind of. I don't know anything about this stuff other than like one time my dad gave me a gift because I don't know. That's the only time I've experienced this.
Yeah, if your business gives you like a bonus of $10,000, like you're gonna get taxed heavily on it.
Yeah, like our bonus tax in New York City is 50%.
Oh,
50%. I have to tell people this all the time when because I manage some people. I have to be like, listen, like I know this number is like, you gotta be thinking in your head. You remember the taxes. Don't like pre-plan, your budget based on
yeah, don't waste all 10 grand and then you're $4,000 in the hole. Nice hook, Mobley. I like
you gotta
that
make
a
free
little.
throws. I mean, like you can't if he can't make free throws, then it's pointless for him to go to the hoop.
I mean, it looked bad at the very end, but I like the take from Evan. I like the decision to.
Agreed.
It might be a decent challenge. He definitely hooked him. We'll see how they. I mean, if this goes from a foul on Atlanta to a foul on the Cavs, like, that would be huge. Our only chances. Our only
I don't know
chances
about this one, guys.
if they say the
I don't
foul,
know about this.
if the foul occurs right here before that, then we're good.
I think they're going to say that first bump was incidental contact, and then they're going to say Mobley hooked him. No foul. Or foul on us. Offensive foul.
I could see it going either way.
You're right. It's all dependent on that first bump. If they view that as a foul or not.
I agree with Ken. I think they're gonna keep it. I think they're gonna say foul occurred with the initial contact, then everything else after that. Okay, there we go.
Good stuff.
Ken called it. The hook like threw him off balance.
We're lucky that just was not good defense. Like his hips were turned the wrong way. Like it just wasn't good.
Yeah, he just wasn't in great position. That's why it was a foul.
Oh.
Whew, that was ugly. Wow.
There we go.
Two of them went in. He didn't deserve them, either one, but I'll take it.
Hey Greg, what's the update on do we even have any chance right now of making the cup? So we have to win by 15. So basically what you're saying is we are not going to the cup.
Let's just win this game and whatever
Yeah,
happens.
That was a foul.
All right, Jared and Don checking back in.
Shay's been quiet since he had some good moments in the early goings, but
yeah, he was scoring in the beginning.
Kind of hasn't done much since then. Good job, Jay. Chill, relax.
Good board.
Good rebound, Mobley.
Good board. That's what we want, Mobley.
Heck yeah.
That's what we want.
That's what we want to see. Strength.
Let's go.
Good stuff, Mobs.
Another stop. Come on.
Good job, Don.
Yeah, that was. They turned up the defense these last couple possessions.
Yeah, and the rebounding. Don realized nobody else was going for that ball. They're going to trap him.
Oh, I love that
Good job,
scoop.
GG.
Had him on his back.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh,
Ayo.
come on.
They like triple teamed him. Like if DG has the ball and they get out of the paint, like it's GG. It's GG for DG. They vacate the paint. Good stuff.
There we go.
There we
Great
go.
decision, Mobley. Way to take your time. Let the
That's what I
play
like
develop.
to see.
Cavs are just playing defense right now.
Good
They're just
block.
playing defense.
Defense to offense. This is what I like to see.
Exactly.
That's
No.
foul, Mopes. Just unnecessary.
Didn't have to.
No need.
Defender was out of position anyways.
Come on, keep up the defensive intensity. Fight through screens. Good defense.
Nice. Whew.
That was weird. Like nobody was where he expected them.
Oh,
How'd that
no
not go
foul?
in?
I thought he was going to
How'd
dunk
that not
shit.
go in?
Travel! Travel!
One, two.
I counted 3.
Oh yeah, it's a travel.
He went 1, 2, 3, and then pivoted
The
off
foot
his
stepped again. Yeah, it's a
third.
travel.
Not being able to challenge a travel is ridiculous. They just don't want to open up that can of worms.
I think so. Because it's a judgment call a lot of times.
There we go, Mobs. If he's giving it to you.
Good job, Mobley.
If he's giving it to
That's
you.
some last year Evan right there, hitting a shot like that in a clutch moment.
What's up, Drew?
Confident. Better than a 3, I guess. You got to box him out, man. That was
4 on 1. Push. Or not.
Come on, guys. Crunch time here.
Not a huge fan of that shot.
I don't like it either. I mean, they just had a sort of momentum bringing play. You want to calm things down. You don't want to take a mid-range jump shot.
With 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, it's just not a good decision. Same thing. I mean,
That foot.
DG has been doing the same thing the last 4 or 5 possessions, like every single time.
Couldn't stop on that foot.
We need to remember. Come on, guys.
Damn, that's unlucky.
Time is our enemy. Got to start converting and making some stops.
Oh, it just went right off his shin.
So
Bounced
annoying.
right back up to him. Miss it.
So annoying. I mean, you do all the hard work of coming back and all this stuff, and then you just have this minute and a half to 2 minutes of just complete lapse in concentration, lapse in game plan, lapse in the decision.
There we go. All right. All right.
Get a stop. No fouls. Good D. That's a foul.
Oh, you bailed him out.
I mean, it is a little bit frustrating, right? Like we need to have a little bit more mental strength and to finish, but or this they don't even have Porzingis or Trey Young playing. So
Oh, Don. Huge.
40-point game for Don. That's crazy. Doesn't even feel like it. Dude's
Come on. Stop. Good switch.
that was a good switch. Fine.
Good take. Another stop. Come on. They're just trying to get DG in the switch. That's their plan.
Oh, he almost stole that. That's not a foul.
Ugh. I think it was.
It's got to be better, man. Like, yeah, you might as well, right? Like, there's no harm.
It looked like a foul to me, but we'll
It
see
did to
what.
me too.
He was just trying to close out so bad, and
I mean, he smacks him right in the hand.
yeah, it's a foul.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally holds his hand. Like they hold hands
I
with
don't.
each other.
He
Like,
didn't even flop that bad. I think DG hit him pretty good.
yeah, a lot of contact. It's unfortunate. It's like just these little things. It's a little bit off.
What? Okay. Didn't they just
They actually
change
did
the
the
rule?
the high five thing.
Didn't they just change their rule
I've
to where?
never I've never I don't think I've seen the high five thing actually ever be called.
Wow.
Got lucky there.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's a huge call.
Damn, Jay just got bodied on that. Come on, get to
Well, it's
stop
still
now.
better
Make it
than
worth it.
3 free throws.
Oh yeah. I mean, unless you just like instantly give up a three here.
Ugh.
I shouldn't have said
You
that because
didn't
I
even
just willed
finish
it
your
into existence.
sentence and they already made a three.
I don't like this. Help him out.
Fuck.
Just not.
That was a bad shot by Don. I know he's got 40 points, but that was a tough look.
It's like we just are just a little bit off in these critical moments.
That was a quick release by that guy. Jeez.
I wouldn't have minded Don going for a two there, like just driving to the hoop. Like,
Yeah, you just need any points.
I
Just
like
need a good
there was enough
possession.
time. There was enough time to just have a good possession there. Like we allowed them to have two almost 30-point scorers tonight.
Yeah, DG's not been helping us on the floor these last couple minutes.
Just like there was these little moments in this game where we just didn't do the right things.
We were on the verge of, taking control of the game and then
There'd be a
turnover,
bad possession or
three, foul,
turnover. Yeah.
something.
Like just do something.
Oh,
Just frustrating. Like run it off. Like do something. He did get
he
fouled.
did. I don't know, Brad. Yeah, that about does it.
This is a frustrating one. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, Jay. I mean, you're playing a team without their two of their best players.
Oh my gosh. Lonzo, for the landlock, is at 4 rebounds right now. That would have been his fifth, and that would have cashed that landlock. Yeah, he needs 5. Yeah, we should not be losing to this Hawks team.
Nope. Have a good night, Jay.
Later, Jay.
I missed both free throws.
Quick three. All right.
So bad. Just so close. That's the frustrating thing, right? It's like, I know I sound like a broken record, but like there were so many moments in this game where we could have just won.
Yeah, we were hot. We made a run, get the lead, and then something stupid happened.
It's just these little things, these details, and like I know it's a work in progress, but you got to work out the details, man. Can't win a championship with, you know, silly mistakes and not pure concentration throughout the game.
Oh well. Like Danny's saying, no need to panic. We're in the rocky road bump part of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I think I think that's like my only takeaway from this game is like, man, just like the details matter a lot in the NBA. They really do. Like the details are the difference between whether you continue a run or, you know, the other team gets a little bit of a chance to come back. And there were so many opportunities that we had during this game to put them away, go on a run. And each time we were presented with that opportunity, we completely folded, whether it was, you know, multiple poor offensive possessions in a row after we took the lead, or, you know, we crawl all the way back to being down 3 or 4, and then we just, you know, again, just have poor offensive possessions, bad decision making, turnovers. It's just the little things to either get us on a run or completely come back are just not there. Which I don't know if that's just concentration, you know, effort. I don't want to say it's effort because I'm not that cynical yet. But I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean I think they're trying, but
That's why I don't want to say it because like I think they are. Um, but I don't know. Those are my takes. Obviously, there was some good tonight. There was some good tonight. Like there definitely were moments tonight where we looked good, good passing, good dribble penetration, DG, good dribble penetration, you know, good cuts by Tyson. Mobley looked a little bit better tonight. So it wasn't all bad, but it was just not good enough.
yeah, there was flashes. Flashes are good, but they just couldn't maintain it throughout, for a long period of time. And the Hawks played well tonight. I think they get extra juiced up when they're playing the Cavs for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe they were like the big dog that comes in now because everyone, we had a good regular season last year. We have championship hopes this year, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What
All
are
right.
you gonna
Well,
do?
I gotta run. Thanks for hopping on, everyone. Thanks for hopping
Yeah,
on, Stream
thank you.
Mikey. Shout out Danny Cunningham. Thanks for joining us. Check out his Substack. Uh, pretty insightful. He gets to travel with the team and interview players, so it's cool stuff. But ended in a loss tonight. Can't win them all.
All
All
right.
right.
Well,
I'm
have a good
Jack.
night, everybody.
That's Mikey. Happy Thanksgiving. And it's not the end of the world. We got the next one.